My name is Leanne Sherrod. I'm a speech-language pathologist and the President and Chief Clinical Officer here at Expressible. Thank you for joining me to learn more about autism and how it affects communication. It's likely that you're here today because you or someone you love has autism, or maybe you're wondering if your loved one is autistic. Autism among people of all ages, from kids to adults, is being discussed more and more often today. There can be a lot of uncertainty, sometimes even fear, around this diagnosis. In this video series, we're going to address the subject head-on and discuss what's helpful to know about autism and communication development. The National Institute of Mental Health defines autism as a neurological and developmental disorder that affects how people interact with others, communicate, learn, and behave. The CDC states that this is caused by differences in the brain. Autism can be referred to as autism spectrum disorder, or ASD. The characteristics of autistic people vary, which is why it's called a spectrum. Autistic people are considered to be neurodivergent, which means that their neurological development is different from someone who is neurotypical. Although one single cause of autism hasn't been identified, experts believe that genetic factors could play a role, as well as the way genetics and a person's environment interact. The National Institute of Mental Health lists several contributing factors for autism, but keep in mind that having them doesn't automatically mean a person will have autism. These factors include having a sibling with autism, having older parents at birth, having a very low birth weight, or being diagnosed with a medical condition such as Down syndrome or Fragile X syndrome. In 2018, the prevalence of autism diagnoses was around 1 in 44 children. Boys or children assigned male at birth seem to be at a higher risk, as data show that around 1 in 27 are autistic. That's compared with the 1 in 116 girls or children assigned female at birth. It should be noted, however, that research shows those assigned female are often underdiagnosed or diagnosed later in life because of differences in how autism characteristics present. Autism signs will look different in each person with the diagnosis. We cover more about signs of autism in another video lesson. For now, let's focus on one key characteristic of autism: difficulty or impairment of communication. Some autistic children need high levels of support in order to communicate. They may communicate in ways other than speaking, or they may supplement verbal communication with other tools. Other autistic children do speak, but can develop their speech and language skills at a slower rate, or they need specific support with speech and language. For many autistic people, their social language skills, also called pragmatics, may look different from what we expect. A conversation with an autistic person may not have the same back and forth rhythm that neurotypical people are used to, and some autistic people are made uncomfortable when engaging in eye contact. But it's important to note, once again, that every autistic person is unique, just as we all are. So, before we wrap up, let's take a minute to review the facts we just covered. Autism is referred to as a neurological and developmental disorder. There isn't one identified cause of autism, but experts believe that genetic factors and a person's environment can play a role. Contributing factors include having a sibling with autism, having older parents or a low birth weight, or having other diagnoses such as Down syndrome or Fragile X syndrome. Around 1 in 44 children is autistic. Boys are more likely to be diagnosed with autism than girls. Autism affects a person's communication development, although the severity differs from person to person. You likely have many more questions about autism. Be sure to see our videos that discuss the signs, diagnosis, speech therapy for autism, and tips for caregivers of autistic children. When autistic people receive the right supports, from various types of therapy to simply a supportive family, they can learn to be their authentic selves and thrive.